Thanks very much for coming out. My name is Roxanne Pauline, and I'm the Northeast Area Labor Federation Coordinator. This rally is here for all of the issues. What we have done is, over at the big tent, we have a giant bottle that what we wanted to do is float down the river with our messages in it. Sadly, the river is flooded, but that's okay, because we're flooded with issues. So before you go home, make sure you write a note to Governor Corbett, stick it in that bottle, and I will make sure that I get it down the Susquehanna, because he won't listen to us any other way. So let's use the river, okay? Our first speaker today is Secretary Treasurer of UFCW 1776 and the Northeastern Pennsylvania Area Labor Federation. It's a tough day. Labor Federation Chairperson, Michelle Kessler.
Hey, Wilkes Barre! I can get used to this. Hey, glad to see everyone here today. You know, if I can't possibly stand here today without saying, wow, to Pat Snap and the nurses from Wilkes Barre General Hospital and their great victory. For over 2 years, they fought hard for their issues. They never, ever blinked. And they were successful. We're so proud of you. This community was with you from day one. They never left your side. This shows when we stick together, we can win, and that's what we're talking about today. Actually, I'm not here to give a speech. I'm here to introduce the next speaker. But I was asked to do a quick commercial, and that is there's this great guy, and his name is Representative Kevin Murphy, and he was going to be one of our speakers today. But he couldn't be here. But this guy, like Eddie Day Pashinsky, is with us on every single issue. And you know what? People who can stand up for the things that matter and don't get under the thumb of the power brokers, those are our elected representatives, and we should celebrate them. Thank you, Representative Kevin Murphy. Thank you, Eddie Day Pashinsky. Yeah. Our next speaker, on account of the fact she's from the same union as me, UFCW Local 1776. She was our youngest steward, our youngest elected negotiating team member, and probably one of our youngest people we have working with us. She lives labor each day, fights for workers every day, and today she's going to tell you a little about the issues confronting our union with the Wine and Spirit Shops, Kathy Paninsky.
Hello, brothers and sisters. I was asked to speak to you today about our Wine and Spirit store members and our battle with Harrisburg. House Majority Leader Mike Turzai has threatened to introduce a bill to privatize our wine and spirit stores. There's been numerous attempts to privatize the stores in the past years, however this time is different. Because of the disappointing results of last November's election, with the Republicans in control of both the House, Senate, and Governor's office, we cannot take this threat lightly. The Governor and Representative Turzai want to take away 4,000 family-sustaining jobs and sell the licenses to the private sectors like Wegmans and Walmart, and we can't let this happen.
I'm really honored to be asked to be here today. As you know, we took down the third largest healthcare corporation in the United States. largest corporation.
I'm very happy to be speaking at a rally, because a rally always means to me people that are alive, people that are thinking, and people that are willing to move forward. At this particular time in our history, if we are able to achieve those objectives, those way of thinking, if we are able to do that, we are going to be able to accomplish something. Now let me go to my speech. I don't have a teleprompter, so I'm going to be reading a little bit. And I'm going to repeat to you that I'm delighted to be here to speak to you about the need for all of in Pennsylvania to come together against the attempt to sell our state public services and children's education to people who want to turn those services into profit-making enterprises.
Yeah. The speaker is a friend of mine and my protege, Mark McDade. Mark is the president of the Riverside Education Association. Mark?
Thank you, John. If Roxy got to introduce me, she would say that this is my first speech as well. I'd like to begin by thanking the committee for organizing such an important rally and providing us with the opportunity to exercise our First Amendment freedoms here this evening. That's very important. I'd also like to thank all of you for taking the time out of your busy schedules, for being here so that together we can unmask some highly pressing issues threatening our way of life in Pennsylvania today. We are fully aware that there are several dangerous bills being discussed in Harrisburg at this very moment. And for me, I believe that Senate Bill 1, as Lorenzo mentioned, the vouchers bill, is one of the most important issues that we need to bring to light in this state. Yes, I know the voucher bill isn't a sexy topic for a speech. It certainly isn't as sexy as robbing retirees of their retirement, so they can continue to work well into their twilight years instead of playing with their grandchildren. Nor are vouchers as scandalous as gas-drilling companies who pilfer and plunder our pristine natural resources, stain our ecosystem, and ignore Pennsylvania laborers. Perhaps my favorite one is how they defy the laws of nature by magically making tap water a flammable liquid. All of which they do without paying their fair share of taxes. Either the voucher bill is fiscally responsible, but the fact is that it will cost taxpayers even more money than we pay for our schools right now. How much more? Studies show that vouchers could cost taxpayers up to an additional $1 billion annually. I'll say it again, $1 billion. Vote against the voucher bill.
Yes!
Will we tell our state senators to vote against the voucher bill?
Yes!
Will we compel our elected officials to abide by their sworn oath of duty and uphold our state constitution?
I want to begin by congratulating the Wyoming Valley nurses. That really, give them a round of applause, please. That brought back so many memories for me, because that's where I began in the late 60s, doing the kinds of things that they had to do to get recognized. You know, in public education, they never gave us anything because we deserved it. We had to work and fight for it. I was on, I think, 7 or 8 strikes in my career. And so I really applaud them. That's the beginning for them, and they're going to make a better life for their nurses.
First, let me say that it's great to see so many of you out here today, and that I'm a little taller than you, so I have to adjust this. It's great to see you out here tonight, and I've seen your faces at the last one at the square, so I want to thank you for coming out tonight. We stand here tonight to stand up for a way of life. A way of life that is deeply ingrained in northeastern Pennsylvania. It's the spirit that made this country great. It helped propel this country to greatness. We have a strong labor history in northeastern PA. The Knights of Labor was started here in Scranton. We had the United Mine Workers here, the mills and the factories and the public employees, teachers, firefighters, police. Sadly, that history, that way of life is under great attack today by certain politicians. Let there be no doubt about their agenda. This is an attack. It's an attack on our senior citizens. It's an attack on students in higher education. It's an attack on teachers and support workers and on public schools. It's an attack on all public employees. and it's an attack on the middle class, and it's an attack on working
being
families.
a representative in Harrisburg, and there's another thing being an incredible representative in Harrisburg. And I want you all to very loudly welcome our friend, our brother, Eddie Dapchinsky.
Thank you, Roxanne. Thank you so very much. I am a proud, caring member of a union, Local 140 AF of M. I started with that union in and of course I was a member with PSEA for 38 years. I am fired up! I am fired up because I have never heard Cosmo John Holland speak like that before. Whoa! I think it's important. And also, what? I like it the name. Hey, nice the name you got. I love it the way he talks. Thank you. Bueno. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the fight of our lives. This is all about divide and conquer. They cannot beat the common man when we stick together. But when they split us, they can do whatever they want. I am a politician. I am a minority. I can't do hardly anything when it comes to voting on the floor. In the Senate of Pennsylvania, it is 30 R's against 20 D's. Can't stop anything. In the House, it's 112 to 91. Can't stop anything. And of course, Your Excellency, the Governor, he only can see... What do you got there? Who is that? Okay. That's what he listens to. This is an abomination. I mean this so sincerely. We are here today because it's going to take every single one of us. We cannot have one part of our middle class, our working class, condemning another part of our working class and middle class. We cannot say, because I don't have what you have, you shouldn't have it. We should all say, let's all strive as our forefathers have, and have those who've come before us to present a better quality of life for those children, for those young people. The audacity of those people who have so much. They have so much you couldn't even possibly think or know how to spend it. And yet, they want more. There's more of you. There's so many more of you than of them. That's why they have to divide you. That's why you can't let them divide you. You cannot let them divide you. You let them divide you. We are one. We are one. We are one. Don't forget it.